Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive.
Yeah, it's great to be back.
Today we're going to be talking all about some of the biggest ethical quandaries in the world of AI.
Mm-hmm.
Some stuff that's really making waves right now.
Yeah, it's
Really interesting stuff.
it is.
So we've been seeing all this buzz online,
Right.
especially on X,
Yeah.
formerly Twitter, of course.
Of course.
All these debates about things like AI interacting with your personal computer, surveillance systems that are like straight out of a dystopian novel.
Yeah, AI is everywhere now.
Exactly. It's not science fiction anymore.
No.
It's really here, and it's impacting our lives in very real ways.
Yeah.
One of the things that really caught our eye was this story about an AI called Claude 3.5.
Right.
And it was reported to be interacting directly with users' PCs, even accessing system components.
Yeah, it's
Like, whoa, hold on a minute.
right. There are some obvious concerns, but when you think about the potential, it's incredible. Like, imagine AI seamlessly integrated with your computer, troubleshooting issues before you even realize they exist.
Yeah.
Automating tasks in the background, it could really change everything about how we use tech.
Okay, I see how that could be super convenient.
Well,
But it also kind of makes me think, like, what about privacy?
right.
What data is this AI accessing? And do users even know what's going on?
Yeah, that's the big question, isn't it? The potential benefits are there, but we need to be really careful about the risks to privacy and security.
Yeah.
So we need to be really careful about the risks to privacy and security. We need clear guidelines and safeguards to make sure that users have control over their data.
It's kind of like inviting someone into your home,
Yeah.
right? Like you might let them use your Wi-Fi, but you don't want them going through your personal files.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And we're talking about a really powerful technology, one that's still being developed. We need to establish some boundaries, make sure everything is transparent,
Yeah.
so users feel comfortable and secure.
So as individuals, what does this mean for us? Like, would you be okay with AI, like Claude 3.5, having access to your computer?
Yeah.
It's definitely something to think about as AI becomes a bigger part of our lives.
It is, and it brings us to another really important issue, AI in surveillance. This is something that always gets people talking.
Oh, yeah. It's a hot topic for sure.
Yeah, and for good reason.
Yeah, it's like a sci-fi thriller come to life, right?
Right, huh?
Cities using AI-powered surveillance to stop crime. Cameras everywhere, watching every move we make. Could be a bit unnerving.
It's understandable that people have concerns about privacy, of course. No one wants to feel like they're constantly being watched, but, we also have to consider the potential benefits. AI-powered surveillance could make a real difference in public safety. Imagine a system that could detect and prevent crimes before they even happen. That could potentially save lives.
Yeah, I can see both sides, right?
Right.
Like I value my privacy and my freedom.
Right.
But if AI could actually stop crimes and make communities safer, that's hard to argue with. So where do we draw the line? How do we harness the good without giving up our basic rights?
That's the big question, isn't it? It's not about picking one side over the other. It's about finding ways to use AI surveillance ethically and responsibly.
Yeah.
We need to talk openly about the benefits and the risks and make sure that everyone has a voice in the decision-making process. Transparency and accountability every step of the way. That's what's really important.
This is making me realize how much AI is already part of our lives. It's not just robots and self-driving cars. It's all around us.
Absolutely. It's transforming everything from how we receive healthcare to how we learn to how we manage our finances. And as it keeps developing, we need to be thinking about the ethical side of things.
We need to be thinking about the ethical side of things.
Yeah.
And speaking of impact, let's move on to something that affects a lot of people. AI and the future of work.
Oh, yeah, the big question. Are robots going to take all our jobs?
Exactly. Are we all going to be out of work?
It's a question that comes up a lot, understandably. AI is changing how we work, and some jobs are going to be automated. There's no doubt about that. But I don't think it's all doom and gloom. I think the key is to think about adapting and finding opportunities, not just being afraid.
So it's not about AI versus humans. It's about AI and humans working together.
Right. It's about figuring out how to use AI's strengths to actually make humans better at what they do and open up new possibilities. AI could handle all the repetitive or dangerous stuff, and humans could focus on things that require creativity, strategy, and empathy.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
It's like having a really efficient assistant to take care of the boring things, leaving you to focus on the bigger picture.
exactly. And think about the advancements this could lead to.
Yeah.
Imagine AI helping doctors to be more accurate, helping architects to build more sustainable buildings, helping teachers personalize lessons for each student.
Wow. That's a pretty exciting vision.
It is.
It's not about AI replacing us. It's about AI helping us achieve more.
It's about finding that balance and understanding that AI is a tool that we can use to make things better for everyone.
So what does this mean for the jobs of the future? If AI is doing all these tasks, what skills will we need?
That's the million-dollar question. It's what everyone's trying to figure out right now. Individuals, schools, governments, everybody. Nobody knows for sure what the future holds, but there are some key areas that are likely to be in high demand.
Okay, spill the beans. What are the skills of the future?
Well, first off, things like critical thinking, problem solving, and creativity will be even more important. As AI takes over routine tasks, we'll need humans to analyze complex situations, figure out solutions, and come up with new ideas.
So those uniquely human things, empathy, intuition, out-of-the-box thinking, those will be the golden ticket.
You got it. But in addition to those core skills, it'll also be super important to understand AI itself.
Wait, you mean like coding AI algorithms and building robots?
Not necessarily. I mean, that kind of technical expertise will definitely be valuable, but it's not the only way. Understanding how AI works, what it can and can't do, and how it can be used in different fields, that's going to be crucial.
So it's more about AI literacy than being a tech wizard.
Exactly. It's about being able to work with AI effectively.
It's not about fighting AI, but partnering with it to make work more efficient and fulfilling.
Right. It's about seeing AI as an opportunity for growth.
So what can we do to stay ahead of the curve? What steps can people take to prepare for this AI-powered future?
Well, the most important thing is to never stop learning. AI is constantly evolving, so stay curious and keep learning new things.
Never stop exploring, never stop asking questions, never stop growing.
Right. Exactly. And don't be afraid to try out different AI tools and technologies. There are so many resources available online. Just play around with them, see what they can do, and start thinking about how they could fit into your work or personal life.
It's like that saying, the best way to predict the future is to create it, right?
Right.
We need to be shaping this AI world, not just letting it happen around us.
Absolutely. And that brings us to another fascinating aspect of AI intellectual property.
Wait, AI can own stuff now?
Not exactly. It's more about who owns the things AI creates. Think about it. AI can write music, make art, even code software.
Whoa.
It's a whole new ball game, and the laws haven't really caught up yet.
Okay, so we've got AI making all this cool stuff.
Yeah.
But who gets the credit? Who owns the copyright?
It's a tricky question. Some people say that the person or company using the AI tool should own the rights. After all, they're the ones providing the input, guiding the process, using AI as a tool right now.
Kind of like how the artist owns the painting, even if they use a fancy brush.
Exactly. But then some argue that if AI is doing the creating, shouldn't it have some claim to ownership?
Hold on, are we talking about giving legal rights to machines? That sounds like a whole other can of worms.
It is. It's a complex issue. We're talking about the nature of creativity, of ownership, of the very role of technology in our lives.
Yeah, it really makes you think.
It does.
Imagine listening to a hit song or reading a best-selling book or using some amazing app, all created by AI. Would we value it differently? It's something to think about.
Definitely. And it brings us to the bigger picture,
Yeah.
the impact of AI on society as a whole, something we'll be exploring more in our next segment. So before the break, we were talking about AI creating things like art and music and even software.
Yeah, it's really crazy to think about.
Yeah, it really blurs the lines between human and machine creativity.
It does, and it brings up some important questions about what it means to be creative.
Right.
And you know who benefits from these advancements?
Exactly. You hit the nail on the head. One of the biggest concerns is that AI could actually devalue human creativity. You know, if an AI can write a hit song in a few minutes,
Right.
what does that mean for musicians who have spent years honing their craft?
Yeah, a lot of artists are worried about that.
Right.
It's like, if AI can do it all, what's the point of human creativity?
Right.
Will we lose something essential about what makes us human?
It's a valid concern for sure.
Yeah.
I think it's important to remember, though, that AI is ultimately a tool, a reflection of our own ingenuity and creativity. Like any tool, it can be used for good or for bad. It all depends on how we choose to use it.
So you're saying it's not about being afraid of AI, but about guiding it in a direction that benefits everyone.
Exactly. Instead of seeing it as a threat to human creativity, we can embrace it as a collaborator, a partner in pushing the boundaries of art.
Hmm.
Imagine AI helping composers to create whole new genres of music or artists to create these incredibly immersive virtual worlds.
Yeah.
The possibilities are really endless.
It's like AI is giving us a brand new set of tools to explore our imagination.
Exactly. And who knows what incredible things will come out of it. We might see art forms that we can't even imagine right now.
Wow.
AI could help us unlock parts of our creativity that we didn't even know existed.
That's an exciting thought.
It is, and it brings us to a crucial point, the importance of holding on to our humanity in a world that's increasingly driven by AI.
Okay, what do you mean by that?
Well, as AI gets more and more integrated into our lives, it's easy to get caught up in all the technology and forget what it means to be human.
Yeah.
We start to see ourselves as just data points,
Right.
our interactions as algorithms, our emotions as something to be measured and analyzed.
I can see how that could happen.
Right?
It's like we're losing touch with our inner selves, with our sense of wonder, our ability to feel empathy.
Exactly. And that's a dangerous road to go down because our humanity is what makes life worth living. It's what connects us to each other and gives our lives meaning.
So how do we protect our humanity in this world of AI?
It starts with being aware we need to be mindful of how AI is shaping our thoughts, our feelings, our behaviors.
Yeah.
We have to ask ourselves some tough questions. Is this technology actually making my life better? Or is it making it worse? Is it helping me connect with people? Or is it isolating me?
Right.
Is it bringing out the best in me? Or is it making me less human?
It sounds like we need to do some soul searching.
We do. We need to really think about our relationship with technology and make conscious choices about how we let it influence us.
So it's not about rejecting technology altogether,
No, not at all.
but about using it in a way that aligns with our values.
Exactly. It's about remembering that we're in control, not the algorithms.
That's a good point. It's easy to feel like technology is running the show,
It is.
but ultimately we have the power to choose how we use it.
We do, and that choice is really important because the future of AI is not set in stone. It's something that we're creating with every decision we make.
It's like we're at a crossroads. One path leads to a future where AI takes over and controls us. We become slaves to the algorithms. The other path leads to a future where AI empowers us, helps us solve problems, connect with each other, and create a more just and compassionate world.
And the choice of which path we take is up to us. That's a collective choice that we make as individuals, as communities, as a global society.
So what can we do to make sure AI is used for good, that it helps create a better future for everyone?
It's a complex challenge.
Yeah.
There's no easy answer, but there are a few things we can do.
Okay. Give me some action steps.
First, we need to educate ourselves about AI. The more we understand about how it works, its potential, and its limitations, the better equipped we'll be to make good decisions about its development and use.
So knowledge is power.
Absolutely. And knowledge is also a powerful antidote to fear. When we understand something, we're less likely to be afraid of it. And when we're not afraid, we're more open to seeing how it can be used for good.
So we need to educate ourselves, stay curious, and approach AI with a sense of wonder and possibility, not just fear and apprehension.
Exactly. Second, we need to have open and honest conversations about AI ethics. This isn't just a conversation for tech experts and politicians. It's a conversation that everyone needs to be a part of.
It's like we need a global town hall meeting on AI, where everyone gets to share their hopes and fears, their ideas and concerns.
Exactly. We need to create a space for dialogue, for debate, for collaboration.
Yeah, it was about building a shared understanding, a common vision for the future of AI.
Exactly. And that shared vision is crucial if we want to guide AI in a way that reflects our values.
So educate ourselves, engage in conversations, and what else?
And third, we need to advocate for responsible AI development and use.
Okay.
This means supporting organizations that are working to create ethical guidelines for AI, pushing for laws that protect our privacy and security, and demanding transparency and accountability from the companies that are creating and using AI technologies.
So it's about using our voices, our votes, and our wallets to influence the direction of AI.
Exactly. It's about making sure that AI is used in a way that benefits everyone, not just the select few. It's about ensuring that AI is developed and used in a way that's fair, alarmable, and sustainable.
It's about shaping the future of AI in a way that reflects our values, our hopes, and our dreams for a better world.
Beautifully said. And that brings us back to the heart of this whole discussion. The future of AI isn't something that's just happening to us. It's something that we are creating with every choice we make, every conversation we have, every action we take.
So we're not just passengers on this AI journey.
No, we're not.
We're the drivers.
Right.
And we have the power to steer AI towards a destination that benefits everyone.
And that's a destination worth fighting for, a destination where AI enhances our lives, strengthens our communities, and helps us solve some of the world's biggest problems.
It's a future where technology and humanity work together, where innovation and compassion go hand in hand, and where the future is brighter because we chose to shape it together.
Yeah, I love that. And on that note, let's take a quick break, and then we'll come back to wrap up our discussion on the ever-changing world of AI.
Okay, so we're back
We are.
and ready to dive back into the world of AI. And we've talked about a lot.
Yeah.
AI on our computers,
All right.
AI creating art, but it seems like we've only scratched the surface.
Oh, yeah. The world of AI is huge. It's constantly changing. There's so much happening. It's hard to keep up.
It really is. Before we wrap up, I'd love to hear where you think we go from here. What are some of the biggest challenges we face as AI becomes even more a part of our lives?
Well, one of the biggest challenges, and we've touched on it a bit already, is the issue of bias in AI systems. It's a tricky problem with big consequences.
Can you explain what you mean by bias in AI?
Basically, it means that AI systems can sometimes pick up and even amplify biases that already exist in the data they're trained on, and that can lead to unfair or discriminatory outcomes, especially for groups that are already marginalized or underrepresented.
So if an AI is trained on data that reflects existing societal biases, it could end up making decisions or predictions that are discriminatory, even if the people who created it didn't intend for that to happen.
Exactly. It's like only teaching a kid one side of a story, their view of the world is going to be skewed, and they might make judgments based on incomplete or inaccurate information.
That's a worrying thought. It really shows how important it is to make sure that the data used to train AI is diverse and representative and as free from bias as possible.
Absolutely. We need to be proactive about this. We need
Yeah.
to find ways to detect and reduce bias in AI systems. And we have to be really careful about using AI in areas like healthcare, criminal justice, and education where the stakes are high.
It sounds like a big responsibility, one that we can't afford to ignore.
You're right. The stakes are high, and we need to tackle this challenge head on.
So tackling bias is crucial. What other challenges do we need to overcome as AI keeps evolving?
Another big one is the issue of explainability in AI. As these systems get more complex, it becomes harder to understand how they make decisions. And that lack of transparency can lead to mistrust and make it difficult to spot and fix errors or biases.
So it's like a black box is making decisions that affect our lives,
Yeah.
but we have no idea how it works. That's a little unsettling.
It is, and it becomes even more worrying when you think about AI being used in things like self-driving cars or medical diagnoses.
Right.
If an AI makes a mistake, we need to know why so we can stop it from happening again.
So how do we make AI more transparent? How do we open up that black box and understand how it's making decisions?
Well, that's a hot topic in research right now.
Okay.
Researchers and developers are working hard to create AI systems that are easier to interpret and understand.
Yeah.
They're trying to find ways to visualize how AI makes decisions, create audit trails, and develop ways to test AI for fairness, accuracy, and transparency.
That's good to hear. It sounds like people are starting to realize how important explainability is.
They are, and it's not just the researchers, it's policymakers, regulators, the general public. Everyone's demanding more transparency and accountability from AI.
It's like we're all saying, hey, AI, we need to know how you're making these decisions that affect our lives.
Exactly, and that's a good thing. It means we're taking the ethical side of AI seriously, and we want to make sure it's used responsibly.
So we've got bias and explainability as two major challenges. Are there other areas we should be thinking about?
One more that I think is really important is security and safety for AI systems. As AI gets more powerful and becomes part of our essential infrastructure like power grids and transportation systems, we need to protect it from attacks and unintended consequences.
Yeah, I could see how that would be a big concern. I mean, we've already seen hackers causing chaos by attacking computer systems. Imagine if someone took control of an AI system that runs our power grid or our traffic lights.
It doesn't bear thinking about, and that's why it's so important to invest in strong cybersecurity, do thorough risk assessments, and put safety protocols in place to deal with any vulnerabilities.
So it's like building a fortress around our AI systems to protect them from anyone who might try to use them for harm.
Exactly, and it's not just about protecting the systems themselves, it's also about protecting the data they use. AI systems need a lot of data, and it's often sensitive information.
So we need to make sure that data is stored securely protected from unauthorized access and used responsibly.
Absolutely. Data privacy and security are paramount in the age of AI.
This whole conversation has been a real eye-opener.
It has.
AI is clearly a game changer with the potential to transform the world, but it also comes with some serious challenges that we need to address head-on.
You've hit the nail on the head. AI is a tool, and like any tool, it can be used for good or bad.
Right.
It's up to us to make sure it's used wisely, ethically, and for the benefit of all humanity.
It's both exciting and a little daunting. It feels like we're at the start of a whole new era with incredible opportunities and huge responsibilities.
That's a great way to put it. We're at a turning point, and the decisions we make now will determine the future of AI for generations to come.
So let's make the right choices.
Yes.
Let's embrace the potential of AI while also protecting our values, our humanity, and our future.
I couldn't agree more. It's a journey that requires us to work together, to innovate, and to commit to creating a world where technology serves humanity, not the other way around.
Well, this has been a really thought-provoking and inspiring conversation. Thank you so much for sharing your insights with us.
It's been my pleasure.
And to all our listeners out there, thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the world of AI ethics.
Yes, thank you.
Keep exploring, keep asking questions, and keep engaging in this vital conversation. The future of AI is in our hands. Let's shape it wisely,